Hello gamers, this is Brain from GameBrain.media, and I found my flight stick in the garage. And guess what? Microsoft Flight Simulator went on sale. Guess what? I bought it. I bought it, and I have my flight stick. It's just the most affordable flight stick I could find, and I've been using it for Elite Dangerous. This will be the first time I think I used it for a flight sim. I have Microsoft Flight Simulator X. I used to just use a plain Jane joystick, but yeah, having the throttle with all the extra buttons, it's going to be a learning experience. I think it's a pretty stiff learning curve, but let's jump in. Again, GameBrain.media, fixing to play Microsoft Flight Simulator. I was calling it MSFS 2020, Microsoft Flight Simulator, but they're just calling it Microsoft Flight Simulator. They're not adding the 2020 or the version 20. The last one was X. It was released in the year 2010, I believe, but whatever. I'm going to start this thing. This is a cold open. I did see the intro letting, I opened it to let it run down updates, download updates, and that was working. But right now you're seeing a black screen. Nothing's wrong. I'm just waiting for the game to load. It's a little bit of a pig loading. Oh, what happened? Okay, it is loading. I minimized Steam and it just looks like nothing's happening. There it is. So I'm watching my browser. I'm back. I'm down to one monitor once again. I will set up that 24-incher. Oh, it's right here next to me. I just need a little more room on the desk. That's always the issue, isn't it? And I'll be having to look to my right instead of my left because I just don't have the desk orientation in this room for that. But yeah, I guess if I move my hard drives, my external hard drives, which are backup drives, USB, my printer, and all this other shit, all my controllers, I could probably squeeze that 24-incher on here. All right, so the game, I just started this. Installation Manager is checking for updates. It just ran all the updates, and then I said, well, if I'm going to do this, at least let's stream it. So let me check on the stream. There it is. Now we have a picture. I can see it in the streaming software. I am using Gamecaster free edition. I was one of whatever they call an early adopter, a founder or something. So I get to keep using it free. I thought that they announced that they were going to make it a paid application. But because I've been a user for so long, I'm grandfathered in to get it for free. But then I think it's still free. Anyway, the reason I was using it is it's got really low overhead on CPU usage and even bandwidth, So I was streaming with a cell phone as my modem, and now I have wicked awesome internet connection. So it looks like we're at a screen where we need to... Nope, no, not yet. I thought we were at the point where we had to make a choice to pick one of these things. But we can do a discovery flight, participate in a landing challenge, a bush trip, and it looks like my scroll bar, I thought it was stalled, and here we are. We enter the hangar. So discovery flights are: enjoy an easy airborne flight around iconic and beautiful locations. Or we can go to the world map and fly around wherever the hell we want, I guess. Flight training would probably be a good idea. And then there are activities. That yellow plane and the little overhead wing plane in the background there, right above the Statue of Liberty in the center of the screen, those are bush planes. Big rubber tires to bounce down rough landing strips like a gravel road or some of the stuff that you have in Alaska bush. And then the bottom icon here, which, I guess I could highlight these things as I talk about them with my mouse. Release notes. Okay, I don't really care about the release notes, discovery flights. Let's look at the profile. So it set me up with GameBrain number 5891 because this is connected to your Microsoft profiler account. And apparently somebody had GameBrain.media, or maybe they only allowed a certain number of letters. I don't remember. But it was annoying as hell. I didn't want to use their system. And oh, look, there's some of my friends from the Microsoft thing. that I haven't used hardly ever. And notice 0 hours. I have not flown anywhere or done anything in the game for 0 hours. There is a marketplace. All paid or free or world update. This is going to be for mods, I assume. Now, that's kind of cool. Built-in mod tool. Or maybe this is DLC. I bet this is DLC. Not well, but remember in Microsoft Flight Simulator X, there were actually people who made mods and got to sell them and collect money from them. And maybe it's going to be a thing in this game. But I'm not sure. I really haven't read up a lot about this. Let's click full catalog and see what's going on. Okay, you can buy an airport for $20. Really? I thought they just had all these things. I thought every airport in the world was included and in here. Apparently not. Or are these better versions than what Microsoft built? Come on, man. Or are these commercial development companies who are pimping their own DLCable kind of game compatible DLCs? I don't know. Well, there's something to learn about. There's a lot of things apparently in this game. Let's see. We can look at category activities that people have created for you to perform for $25. That's crazy. There are aircrafts you can purchase. Ooh, the Aerolite 103 is pretty cool. The Flying Raft, that's pretty cool. The Husky. A Skyhawk Thunderbolt. Oh my god, an A-10 Thunderbolt. And a Boeing 777. I would not ever do that. But okay, there's a bunch of airplanes you can buy, but holy crap, man, you really got to be into it, because those are some steep prices. Can you imagine if you bought a bunch of this content? You could easily dump far more than you paid for the base game into this thing. That Cessna L-19 Bird Dog looks wicked with the floats. Oh man, I like that. Eurofighter Typhoon, an F-15, an F-14. Holy crap, people. Love the overhead wings. Jabiru, never heard of that. Looks tiny. There's another bush plane, the Kit Fox STI. Looks pretty cool. There's a little private jet, maybe? The India Fox Echo? Oh, biplane. Wow, they're all 15 to 20 bucks, 25 bucks. Screw that shit. Then you can buy airports, avionics, landmarks. That might be kind of cool to peruse. And that's it. Not a whole lot of... okay, I was scrolled down all the way, so that's weird. It didn't start me at the top. Chicago landmarks. Oh, baby. I was born and raised in the, deep, far out southern suburbs of Chicago, then the western and northwest suburbs of around Chicago. 35 to 50 to 60 miles outside of Chicago in the burbs. And I've been to the city plenty. I've been to everything. As a kid, we do field trips to all the museums, the zoos. Millennial Park wasn't Millennial Park back in the day when I was a kid, but we went to the Art Institute and got to also do a walk around in what's Buckingham Fountain, or a walk around of Buckingham Fountain in Grant Park. Hong Kong city themes, landmarks of London, Dubai, Cape Town, Paris, Singapore, Mexico, Shanghai, Seattle, Paris, Tokyo, Vienna, and Washington. For 20 bucks more? Man, I expected all this shit to be in here. I want to filter out the paid stuff. Show me all. Oh, here, you can choose free. World Update USA Microsoft Flight Simulator. Okay, let's have a look at this. World Update 2, USA, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Requires MSFS version blah blah blah. Get and download. Buys the number of Flight Sim credits needed to purchase this item. Flight Sim credits will then be immediately redeemed to complete the purchase. It's free. I could just click get so it doesn't interfere with my streaming, but I'm not even going to risk it. And let's see, that, oops. Okay, the scroll is kind of wonky. It looks like you get Devil's Tower, a bridge that's probably around the Hoover Dam bypass, so you're not allowed to drive over the top of the Hoover Dam again, or anymore. And then there's shit, I don't know the name of that. Well, there's the Capitol building, but I can't remember the name of this thing. The second item from the right. There's the Washington Monument, the phallic symbol of Washington, D.C., and then, what do they call that thing? The yard, the lawn, and that, I believe that's the Lincoln Memorial from there. Might be mistaken. I never knew there was that much water around that area. You always just see the Lincoln Monument from the other direction. Because doesn't the White House look straight out to that too? Can't remember. Anyway, that would be fun. Yeah, I would like to get that. So now, how do we go back? I would escape. No. Yes. Okay, so we're still on free. World Update 3 is the United Kingdom and Ireland, and there's going to be some cool stuff there, I'm sure. So this is a little video game tourist kind of activity I am known for doing, and I call it the video game tourist. Howdy. Wow. It looks like the game thinks that I am 4K capable. The television is 4K capable, but the text right now is microscopic. So let me take a look. GLHF. Good luck, have fun. Alright, Pascaricio, I don't know how to say your name. P. But thanks for coming by. Going to continue our tour of the free stuff. Aha! There's a slider. I should have looked at that. So in the UK and Ireland, we get to go to some castles, some bridges, Stonehenge! Yeah, you gotta find that meme about, what's that? It looks like Stonehenge made out of butter. And the guy replies, I can't believe it's not butter. Or I can't believe it's not Stonehenge, or I don't know. It's a funny meme. Just Google Stonehenge butter meme, and you'll find it. I can't believe it's not butter. Alright, so a couple stadiums. Bada bing. And a pretty dangerous looking place to land. Why in the hell would you land there? There's only 10 people who live there, it looks like. So down below, I don't know what the pods are on the left here. And then there's a famous cathedral. I don't know what that is. Would that be Notre Dame? Wait, is Notre Dame in France? I don't know. Not my country, man. I don't know their landmarks at all. Okay, so let's go back to the full catalog on the free tab. Another one is France, Belgium, and the Netherlands. Nordics? Oh, baby. I'm definitely going to want the Nordic stuff, because I'm in Norwegian. I'm assuming that's, man, it's a pretty small airport. That couldn't be Oslo Airport. That's got to be a built into the game, I would think, but maybe not. Ah, Vasa. Some bridges. God, the freaking scenery is spectacular. And a twisted looking building. Stadiums. And here we are again. Whoops. Let's get back down here. Ah, Okay. I like the rock in the ocean. That's pretty awesome. Oh, what was that? Lillehammer? Or is that some other ski jump type thing from a different time? I don't even know what that thing is. Looks interesting. Go back to the full catalog. Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. The Aviators Club livery. So you get a paint job. Ooh, big deal. Oh, it's already installed. Okay. Let's have a look at the France one. France, Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg. Oh, you're not seeing, I guess, what I'm seeing, but I'm streaming at 720, 720p, 60 frames per second, and I just ran out of beer. So before I jump into actually trying flight school or some kind of challenge, I might just, do it. More stadiums. Really? Why do people want to ride around stadiums? I guess because they're pretty large. Easy to find landmarks and shit like that. But down below, we have what looks to be a water treatment or water filtration or water intake plant or something. Lighthouse. Skylight. And some architecture. Windmills. And some kind of observatory. Alright, back to the full catalog. I'm not going to download anything right now, like I said, because I don't want to risk it starting a download in the background while I'm trying to stream. What is World Update? Okay. Excuse me. World Update 1, 2, and 3 are free. And the other ones are free. So, World Update or other free mods. So I'm going to grab World Updates before I quit for the night. Hide anything that I own. That's kind of cool. Let's do that. Anything that's on sale? Yeah, I'm going to leave what I own just so I can always go so I can see it. Reset all the filters. On sale. There's nothing on sale in the full catalog. Okay, so let's go back to home. So we both, me, myself, and I just took a cruise around, the interface. You land on the welcome page, and you get your choice. Discovery Flight, the world map, the flight training, the activities, or World Update 5 is now available. Oh, I'm sorry, 6. And then I looked at my profile. There's not much there yet, right? I got my hangar. In my hangar, apparently, you start out with 1 free plane. Looking at the top right, I can set the view. That's odd. Okay, I clicked the icon that shows me the plane from the top down. It closes the doors on the hangar, and my plane is just now parked inside, doing nothing. And now I'm in the cockpit, looking at things. It's a Cessna. Oh, my mouse wheel allows me to scroll in and out for field of view. Right mouse allows me to look around while I sit in the cockpit. Hey, look, I have invisible legs. Wow, I can look all the way behind me. Oh, that's a pretty luxurious storage compartment. It'd be tough to load a moose in there, but you could do it. I guarantee. Okay, that's kind of cool. And now let's go back to the external view. They just opened up the doors. And now if I hit set view, I guess it's like a movie set. It's not setting my view. But anyway, that's the top of the screen. Now if you look at the bottom, you see specifications. And we get a description of the plane. In 1977, Cessna set out to modernize their exceedingly popular light aircraft Model 150, and the result was the 152, a new two-seat monoplane that quickly became a general aviation classic and one of the most popular trainer aircraft of the post-World War II era. During the 152's full production run from 1977 to 1985, Cessna manufactured 7,500 aircraft between its primary factory in Wichita, Kansas, and affiliated Reims Aviation of France. Widely recognized as a workhorse aircraft, the 152 came stock with a more powerful piston engine than its predecessor, plus an improved gull wing propeller and changes to its power plant and cowling for reduced noise and vibration. While the 152 is forgiving of mistakes and easy to fly, with a high wing configuration that translates to excellent cockpit visibility, it does put the light in light aircraft, a trait that may add to the challenge of breezy crosswind flight, but also makes for generally docile handling and an overall enjoyable journey, whether you're a seasoned pilot or just learning to fly. In our specs, we can see that the cruising altitude is 107 ktas. I am such a noob, I don't know what ktas is. Kilometer time something? It's one piston engine? Are you kidding me? But it can go up to 14,000 feet elevation. That is amazing. It only weighs 1,000 pounds, butt naked empty. That's crazy, dude. Okay, sorry. So you could put two men in there at about 250 pounds apiece, give or take. One dude's going to be fat, one dude's going to be skinny. But 500 in humans, and you're already at the max weight practically. If it's 1,081, I mean that's damn near 1,100 pounds, and your max weight is just shy of 17. So let's call it 1,600 for a safety margin, and you knock out 1,100 pounds of the empty weight, and you only got a 500-pound opportunity for the human weight. You put two guys in there at 250 pounds apiece, shit, they can't even have a backpack and a couple rifles and some lead. And food. Jeez, what if we're going to go fly out and go camping, dude? Well, I guess there are different airplanes for that purpose, right? So, alright, range is 415 nautical miles with a 28-gallon gas tank. Are you kidding me? You know what? Empty weight. Does that mean dry weight? It's certainly not. It must be fully fueled empty weight. So, anyway, if you're a noob flight simmer like I am, well, you just got a tour of the Textron Aviation Cessna 152. I guess I didn't finish that. It has a length of only 22 feet with a wingspan of 33.5 feet. So I'm going to hide specifications with this menu at the bottom. Look at the different liveries available. Oh, come on. There's the default livery. Ah, there it is in purple. Looks pretty sexy. And I don't know why. There we go. Just a little weird loading glitch. Now it's going to pop in. Okay. And the Aviators Club livery. I'm going to go with the original because it fits my whole red, white, and blue kind of thing that I like. And it's too bad you can't make custom liveries. Yep, going with the default. Okay, things are looking pretty good. I'm going to go back. Bottom bar. Liveries, and then change aircraft. So if I click change aircraft, woohoo, looky. We got some stuff. Textron Aviation. We could do a Cessna 172 Skyhawk, but look, we're going to start with what they gave us. Well, you know, what we're going to start with is a pretty low-powered plane. Endurance 5 hours, range 415 nautical miles. The other one is 640 nautical miles on the 172 Skyhawk. And then we got a Skyhawk with floats. All those specs look about the same. You think it would be a little more drag and a little more weight. Well, the weight might be there because of the floats, but let's keep scrolling down, and we see the 172 Skyhawk equipped with skis, which is pretty cool. We see a Cessna Citation CJ4, which looks like a wannabe Learjet. I don't know about its max altitude and range and all that crap, cruising speed. It might be slower than a Learjet, probably is, but probably a lot more affordable. Anyway, the Zlin Aviation Savage Cub. 377 nautical miles, only 4 hours. I wonder what those specs are on that thing. Well, we're going to dive into that when we... Well, I'm going to look right now because I'm a curious cat. Oh, I clicked it. How come I can't see more? Oh, it's just letting me select it. Okay. Now if I go back, there it is. Alright, so now I can see specifications. With styling reminiscent of the early bush-conquering Piper Super Cub, Zlin Aviation's Savage Cub represents an evolution in the traditional strut-braced high-wing design, utilizing updated techniques and technology. Originally created by an Italian team in 1997, the Savage Cub production was taken over by Czech-based Zlin in 1999, but the modern version of the aircraft is a result of an intense re-engineering and restyling effort by Zlin's R&D team, delivering on a wish list of upgrades from dealers, customers, and professional bush pilots. Awesome! This sounds fun. Powered by a 100 horsepower Rotax 912S engine, the Savage Cub flies faster and farther than many neighbors in the category, and requires less distance for takeoff or landing, all attributable to its lighter weight, possible even with the addition of tubular reinforcements of aeronautical grade steel throughout the fuselage. But what bush plane would be complete without robust landing gear and tail wheel to handle, tail wheels it says. I only see one wheel. Okay, tail wheels to handle the roughest terrain and most demanding outback operations. Simply put, this aircraft is designed to take you where others can't. A testament to Zlin's philosophy for the Savage Cub. Runways are only an option. Alright, its cruising speed is 91 ktas. I'm gonna have to find out what that means. Okay, so a fucking one piston engine, that just blows my mind. I mean, I had a street bike with 4 cylinders, for God's sake. 1,000 cc's, 128 horsepower. What kind of horsepower do these things make? Anyway, max altitude 14,400. Empty weight is only 650 pounds. Whoa! And look at the max weight. Well, again, since its empty weight is so slim, add 500 pounds of human, and you're at 1,100 pounds, so it gives you a little bit more payload capacity, but you're not really going to be flying in a buttload of supplies to people in the bush, man, and a couple hundred pounds at the most. Wow. And you're going to have to be within 370 miles of them. Well, you're going to have to be in range of you have to be within half of this range. So 377, it's going to be about 175 miles one direction, 175 miles coming home. Unless they can refuel you out in the bush. But aren't you usually going to be bringing fuel out there to stockpile for them? For whatever they're using? Snow blowers, weed whackers, lawnmowers? I'm kidding. But it's 17 feet long and 30 feet wide. Wow, that is a tiny plane. Let's have a look at the cockpit. Oh, it's a single seater. That's... Oh, I guess it's not a single seater, but instead of side by side, you're front and back. Pretty freaking awesome. I'd like to know what's behind the passenger seat. I don't see a door to access any storage, because guess what? That would require framing out the door and adding hardware to open and close the door. So apparently you get one door and you have to throw your shit in the back seat behind the back seat. Oh wait, there might be a little loading flap right there, or a removable access panel that allows you to get to a cargo area. Huh? Pretty cool. Change aircraft. All right, so like I said, I'm going to start with what they gave us, and there's a lot more. So the aircraft they gave us was somewhere in the middle of the pack. Yeah, it's right here, the Cessna 152. So I am going to start with that, but all 24 aircraft. Ooh, look, you can filter by turboprops or jets or others. I have no others. Propellers. Oh, that's cool. That's a better way to look at things. Aha, I didn't scroll up. Oh baby, I can have my red, white, and blue plane, but it's not an overhead wing. This experimental, or Icon A5, looks pretty interesting. 15,000 feet, 6 hours of hang time. Then we have the Flight Design CTSL over here. 15,000 feet, 6 hours, with a, wow, what an incredible range. Yeah, but the specs on that are super lightweight. It does look like there's 2 chairs, but no cargo. I mean, you can't even bring pajamas, a sleeping bag, and a toothbrush. Okay, well, we're going to go back to all. Yeah, a 747 Intercontinental. Sure, that's a good starter plane. That I'm just highlighting that now. Okay, and then there's the Cub Crafter. That looks like it would be a lot of fun. It's probably a super light plane like the Zlin, whatever that thing was. A couple of flight design and icon here, which would be funky to fly, and I'm going to do it. At some point I'm going to fly all these things, I guess. But for now, I'm going to go with this guy. Okay, and we're going to go back. Change aircraft, joystick button 15. Well, I guess this stick does have buttons galore. Let's see, I go up to button 10 on the flight stick. Mapping, presets. I really haven't used this thing much. I think there's a way where you press a button and your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna have to figure out which is joystick button 15. Switch camera. No, that's 1. I'm just working my way through all the buttons to see if one of them does the magic trick. None of them have so far. Joystick button 15. I don't have a joystick button 15, dude. Oh, well, switch camera is just these controls up at the top that say set view. I guess when I'm in the aircraft, that's going to be much more relevant. Alright, so I'm going to go back to the home icon. And now, the one I've been waiting for. We've already looked at the profile. Content manager, my logbook. Well, I guess, we just took a peek at my hangar. I have 0 hours still, haven't even launched. Content manager. There's 332 things installed that just came with the game, apparently. Installed and up to date. If I select all, what happens? Oh, delete 29 gigs? No way! Sort by default, blah blah blah. Okay, so back to home. And let's go back to profile and look at my logbook. I have no idea. So it's going to show me the plane I was in, my departure and arrival times, total flight time, stuff like that. My logbook. Very good. Now let's go back to the profile. My hangar. We were just here and we're good to go. So for the final element here is the options. Oh boy. General options. Graphics. Full screen, and it defaulted to 3840 by 2160. Ouch. No wonder text and everything is so minute. So I'm going to knock it down to 1920 by 1080. I am on a 4K capable television, but I'm going to run it at 1920 by 1080. And then Twitch is going to downsample that to 720 for streaming. Render scaling. Excuse me, I have to cough. Alrighty then. Display mode is full screen. I'm going to turn VSync off. I'll turn it back on and see what my frame limit is. It's only 20, 30, or 60. I'm going to turn VSync off. Global rendering quality has been set to custom. Ooh. Will it do an automatic detection Reset to defaults. Okay. F12. Current graphic settings will be lost and reset to default values. Okay. Global rendering quality now has defaulted to high end. So maybe it recognizes that I have a reasonable quality PC. I'm running a AMD Ryzen 7 3700X. I have 32 gigabytes of RAM in this machine. Hang on. You know what? I think that's what I got. Nope, I got 64 gigs of RAM in this machine. I have two 32 gigabyte kits, but it's not the fastest RAM in the world. And the second kit that I put in, I had so it's running at whatever the default level is of the second kit. Alright, so here I'm going to go with TAA off. FXAA, DLAA, or TAA. So it is showing me high-end, but not ultra. So I'm going to try it with the defaults and VSync turned off. Terrain, buildings, trees, grass and bushes, volumetric clouds, anti-stropic filtering. It's smart enough to put it at 8 instead of 16 and not going to see any huge difference. Shadow maps. Ooh, look at that. It's a numerical thing. Terrain shadows, contact shadows, windshield effects. Yeah, I guess shadows could be pretty cool in this game. Glass cockpit refresh rate is medium. And lens flares on, lens correction, yabba dabba doos. Alright, so there's your, it's kind of a quick overview of the general options graphics settings. Display mode, I'm going to be full screen 1920, render scaling, that's the default of 100, right? So let's look at what it's saying. Scale the resolution of a 3D scene rendering. User interface is unaffected by this parameter. Lower scaling improves performance. Higher scaling improves quality. It is recommended to use the temporal anti-aliasing technique, TAA, when below 100% to get the best upsampling quality. Using more than 100% will supersample the rendering, SSAA. Okay, so let's look at that again. Enable anti-aliasing and choose from different types of AA. FXAA is fast approximate anti-aliasing, provides lower quality anti-aliasing but does not require large amounts of computing power. DLAA is directionally localized anti-aliasing, providing medium quality anti-aliasing but requires more computing power. Temporal anti-aliasing provides the highest quality at the highest cost. Okay, and render scaling mentions that using more than 100% will supersample the rendering, SSAA, which is not a pre-selected option. So let me bump this up to, boom, more than that, and now, do I see SSAA? No, I do not. Cool, I'm going to jack this back down to a hundo. And we are basically back at defaults. Alright, so I really haven't changed much. If you want me to scroll down real quick, I'll show you that under advanced settings you can diddle around with the anti-aliasing. The terrain level of detail can be scaled greater and smaller. Adjust the visual quality of terrain. Higher values will improve visual quality but may affect performance. Well, duh. Off-screen terrain pre-caching. We want that to be happening. Trees, all these things are high. And now we get down to texture sampling, texture synthesis, and below that is water waves, shadow maps, terrain shadows, contact shadows, windshield effects, ambient occlusion, cube map reflections, ray marched, yabba dabba doos. You can read that yourself faster than I can read it out loud. Now we're going to switch to the camera. So apparently my default setting is going to be cockpit or chase cam. Those are the only two choices. Quick view function is hold. Hold the input to enter quick view mode. Release the input to reset camera POV. Okay. Smart camera is also a hold. Zoom in, excuse me, zoom in or out, I'm sure, is going to be your mouse. Focus mode will toggle hold the input to center focus mode. Okay, they're saying the input in case you're running with a gamepad a flight stick, or a keyboard. The input device. Hold the input device, key, button, whatever, to enter focus mode. Release the input to reset camera POV. Or you can just have it set to toggle. Tap it once. Okay, so it's either hold, like these two options above, or that. Toggle. The cockpit camera is set to be wide angle. Landing camera is positioned slightly above the cockpit's board, allows for a good view of surroundings but no view of the instrument. Wide angle is positioned, camera is positioned close to the pilot's seat, allows for a view of both the surroundings and the instruments, although instruments may be difficult to read at a distance close. Camera is positioned close to the cockpit's board, I guess that means dashboard, allows for a good view of the instruments but obscured view of most of the surroundings. Free look mode is toggle. Turn it on, turn it off. So I'm going to have to learn where my keys are. Alright, we're not going to go through all of these. I am going to turn down music. It's playing this music in the background this whole time, and I don't want any risk of freaking copyright strikes. And that might already be a thing now because the stupid music was playing the whole time. I really hate in-game music. So, here we are. Aviation traffic, real-time online, show traffic nameplates. Use generic plane models. Use generic plane models multiplayer. Traffic variety is set to ultra. That's interesting. Data. Ooh, current data consumption is 0. Although just downloading the packs that I currently have cost me 133 gigabytes, I think. Yikes. And let's see, Bing, data, world graphics, all those settings are on under data connection, online functionality is on. Data tracking reset by day. Interesting. Data limitation. Oh, you could set a data limitation and a gigabyte limit, or a GIB limit. I think that would be gigabytes, just for maybe foreign usage. I don't know. Bandwidth is unlimited. I do have unlimited. Sounds like we might have a guest at the house. I heard a freaking Harley roll up, and now I hear somebody coming up the stairs. So I'm going to take a quick break. I might have to pop back in and excuse myself. So I'm going to apply settings, save. And yes, indeed, we do have a guest. So I'm probably going to have to meet a new neighbor. I just moved into town. I'm going to stop this right now, but that was our cold open. We've looked at the interface. When I come back, I will fly the airplane. For now, this is GameBrain, and GameBrain is gone.